A 24-point blowout. Why Utah's Big 12 game was a masterclass in underdog triumph. What was hyped to be one of the best Big 12 games of the season ended up being a 24-point blowout. Texas Tech made its first trip to Rice-Eccles Stadium one to remember, as the number 17 Red Raiders beat number 16 Utah 34-10 on Saturday. Here are 3 takeaways from the game. 1. Utah's offense was overwhelmed by a defensive machine. Under first-year coordinator Jason Beck, Utah had been lauded for its ability to control the clock and wear down opponents. But that didn't happen Saturday. Texas Tech's defense proved to be one of the best in the Big 12, shutting down Utah's offense. The Utes finished with 263 yards of total offense, but only 4 of 14 third downs were converted. They also forced 4 turnovers, a number that will be dissected later. Utah's lack of a reliable passing threat caught up to them.
The Red Raiders kept the Utah rushing attack, which averaged 290 yards per game, to just 101. Devon Dampier struggled, completing 25 of 38 passes for 162 yards and 2 interceptions. His timing was off the majority of the day, and the dual-threat QB had just 27 yards on the ground as Texas Tech bottled up Utah's offense. 2. A backup QB could be the difference. Texas Tech's quarterback Behren Morton has been viewed as one of the top returning Big 12 signal callers. However, the Utes held him in check for 2+ quarters, intercepting him twice, including once in the end zone when Jackson Benny ripped the ball away from receiver Coy Eakin. On Texas Tech's first drive of the third quarter, Morton took a hard hit from Utah linebacker Jonathan Hall and was replaced by Will Hammond, a redshirt freshman from Austin, Texas. Hammond ended up with the better day, leading Texas Tech to 3 straight touchdowns in the final 4 drives. His running game added a dimension Morton didn't bring, and his deep ball accuracy helped pull away. Hammond completed 13 of 16 passes for 169 yards and 2 touchdowns, while rushing for 61 yards on 8 carries. After Utah cut its deficit to 13-10 with 10:22 to play, Hammond's 32-yard run sparked the Red Raiders' next drive, and after his first touchdown pass, a 24-yarder to Terrence Carter Jr., Texas Tech had the game wrapped up. 3. Turnovers cost Utah, even when they were clean. Through the first 3 weeks of the season, Utah had turned the ball over just once, on a fumble in the red zone against Wyoming. On Saturday, however, the Utes couldn't get a handle on the pigskin. Texas Tech forced back-to-back fumbles in the first quarter, and while the Red Raiders never took advantage of those mistakes, those turnovers played a large role in Utah never being able to build any momentum on the offensive side. Dampier threw his first of 2 interceptions in the second quarter, and then his second, on a 4th and long in the fourth quarter, led to Texas Tech's final score. It was a learning experience for a Utah offense that had played clean ball most of the time for the first 3 weeks. But here's where it gets controversial. Should the focus be on defense or offense in college football? And what if the Utes had relied more on their passing game? This is the part most people miss.